Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your Raw results and your main event episode for this week of being June 18th. Birthdays, June the 15th. Scott Norton, he was born 1961. Brad Armstrong, 1962. Chuck Palumbo, 1971. Bailey, 1989. June the 16th birthdays. Ultimate Warrior, 1959. The Sandman, 1963. Rezzer, from Authors of Pain, he was born 1994. June 18th birthdays. Bruiser Brody, 1946. And Big Vito, 1964. The original plan for the main event at last night's Money in the Bank pay-per-view was for Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax to close the show, along with Alexa Bliss cashing in to become the new Raw Women's Champion. According to BW Insider, the decision was made sometime this week to close the show with the men's Money in the Bank ladder match instead. Regarding James Ellsworth's return during the Asuka versus SmackDown Women's Champion Carmella match, there has been talk of his return as far back as the Greatest Royal Rumble event in late April. There was a pitch at one point to have Ellsworth work the 50-man Greatest Royal Rumble main event as well. On a related note, WWE Hall of Famer Pat Patterson was backstage for last night's Money in the Bank pay-per-view at the Allstate Arena in Rosemount, Illinois, as was Bruce Pritchard, formerly known as Brother Love. I love you. And John Big Gabbert. Seth Rollins lost the WWE Intercontinental title to Dolph Ziggler on Raw after issuing an open challenge. WWE posted a post-match video of the Kingslayer making his exit from the arena, which I did not get, so you can go to that WWE website. Even follow go to one of the WWE YouTube channels. WWE take the following matches for tonight in Grand Rapids, Michigan for this week's main event episode. Authors of Pain versus Breezango. Tony Nese versus Lincerado. And the first match, Tony Nese defeated Graham Metallic with Lincerado by pinfall. 5-minute match. Authors of Pain, a common wrestler, defeated Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze in a tag team match by pinfall. Tomorrow's SmackDown will feature a gauntlet match with The Miz, Samoa Joe, Rusev, Daniel Bryan, and Big E, with the winner to go on to face WWE Champion AJ Styles at the July 15th Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Raw opened up with a video package showing Money in the Bank pay-per-view highlights from Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax and the cash-in that saw Alexa Bliss become the new Raw Women's Champion. We're live from the Van Andel Arena in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the home state of RED, I think, and Rhino. And Michael Colesall welcomes us. He's joined in by Corey Graves and Jonathan Coachman. We go right to the ring, and out comes Raw General Manager Kurt Angle, having the microphone. Angle welcomes us and is proud to say the Raw Superstars won both Money in the Bank briefcases last night. Angle introduces new Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss, first, and out she comes. Angle turns it over to Bliss and says she demanded this presentation. Bliss raises the title and some fans boo. Angle says Nia Jax is off doing physical therapy in Alabama, but she wants her rematch at Extreme Rules. Bliss asks if Angle is going to go straight to next month without talking about her big night last night. Bliss thanks everyone for the opportunity, and you deserve it chant starts up from the crowd. The opportunity to run it all in everyone's faces. Fans chant for Ronda Rousey. Bliss says she showed us what it looks like to beat two bullies, Jax and Rousey. Bliss says she shocked the entire world when she successfully cashed in. So from this moment on, there will be no more talk of the Irresistible Force or the baddest woman on the planet. It's just about Bliss now. The only woman that matters, the music hits and out comes Rousey. Rousey enters the ring for a fight, but Angle gets in front of her. We see the red ring, apron, cover, and the table set up with the briefcase on display. Bliss figured Rousey would be doing physical therapy with Jax. Bliss asks if Rousey came out to show the bruises and marks the briefcase shots. Bliss taunts Rousey. Bliss asks her, or did Rousey come out to learn a lesson at UFC? As UFC isn't the same as WWE, Bliss says what she did last night was perfectly legal. Bliss goes on and says Rousey better get in the back of the line if she ever wants a title shot. Bliss calls her an overhyped rookie. Rousey drops Bliss and then goes after her, but Angle pulls her off. Rousey slams Angle. Bliss goes for the briefcase shot, but Rousey avoids it. Rousey beats on Bliss with the briefcase now. Angle comes over to stop her again, but Rousey beats him into the corner with briefcase shots. Rousey has snapped. Rousey attacks two referees as well. Rousey grabs Bliss from the corner, picks her up on her shoulders, and walks with her. Rousey drives Bliss through the table for a big pop. Fan chant for Rousey now as she makes her exit with the music playing. Angle approaches Rousey on the stage, but she turns around and heads to the back. Angle follows as we go to a replay. We go backstage and we see Bliss down on her back with the officials checking on her. Camera cuts backstage, Rousey and Angle arguing. Angle suspends Rousey for 30 days. He tells her to get her things and leave. Rousey walks off as we go to commercial. Back for the break, we'll see what just happened with Rousey. Renee Young tries to catch up with Rousey backstage, but she keeps walking. She stops and says Angle can suspend her, but Bliss is the one who will need good luck because she's coming to kick her pink-haired butt in 30 days, champion or not. Rousey then walks off. Intercontinental title match, Dolph Ziggler versus Seth Rollins. We go to the ring, out comes Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. He says the buzz is hot, and he wants to keep it going with an open challenge. Rollins calls out anyone from the back. Music hits, out comes Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre. We get formal ring introductions from JoJo. Bell rings, Ziggler goes for the zigzag, but misses. Rollins goes for the stomp, but misses that. We go to commercial. Back for the break, Ziggler drop kicks Rollins as he tries to springboard in from the apron. Rollins falls to the floor as McIntyre watches. Ziggler keeps control and brings it back into the ring. Fan chant burn it down as they go at it. Ziggler gets the upper hand and drops Rollins for a 2 count. Ziggler with more offense and a neck breaker for a 2 count. Ziggler shows off some and takes his time with Rollins as the fans move. Rollins fights back, but Ziggler whips him hard into the corner. Ziggler gets a 2 count. Ziggler keeps Rollins grounded now momentarily, but Ziggler keeps Rollins grounded with the body scissors. Moving around, Ziggler ends up landing on the ring post after Rollins slingshots him into the corner. They trade shots in the middle of the ring now. Rollins mounts offense. Rollins with a sling blade. Rollins sends Ziggler out to the floor. Rollins runs the ropes and nails a suicide dive, sending Ziggler into the barrier. Rollins brings it back into the ring and springboards in from the apron. With a clothesline, Ziggler kicks out of 2. We go to commercial with Rollins in control. Back for the break, Ziggler decks Rollins in the corner. Rollins with the backside for a 2 count. More back and forth as Ziggler rolls Rollins up for a 2 count. Rollins with a big knee for another 2 count. Rollins stares down McIntyre as he gets back to his feet. Rollins readies for Ziggler and hits a super kick. Ziggler avoids the stomp and drops Rollins for a 2 count with a famouser. We get replays as they both get up. Ziggler recovers and waits for Rollins to get up. Rollins strikes first with a super kick, but for another close 2 count. More back and forth. Rollins goes to the top for the frog splash, but Ziggler moves and Rollins lands hard. Ziggler goes to the top, but Rollins cuts him off. Rollins climbs up for a superplex, but Ziggler fights him off. Sending him to the mat, Rollins runs right back up, but Ziggler headbutts him back down. Ziggler jumps for the crossbody, but Rollins rolls through and powers up to hit the buckle bomb. Rollins follows up with a super kick. Drew gets involved from the floor, and Ziggler rolls Rollins up for a 2 count. They trade roll-ups now as Ziggler gets a surprise win out of nowhere. Winner and new Intercontinental Champion, Dolph Ziggler. A surprise Rollins is shocked as we go to replays. McIntyre attacks from behind, and they double-team Rollins after the match. They hit the Claymore zigzag combo move and leave Rollins laying. Ziggler and McIntyre stand tall over Rollins as Ziggler's music hits. Still to come, Mr. Monster in the Bank will be here. We'll go to commercial. Back for the break, we'll see what just happened with Ziggler and Rollins. Renee's backstage with Ziggler and McIntyre. Ziggler announces that Monday Night Rollins is canceled. You can go cry online or write a blog, but there's no reboot coming. It's over. Ziggler says that this is their show now. McIntyre says they told everyone, and this is just the beginning. The first of many titles to come. McIntyre says, unlike former champions before them, they will not allow this win should make them soft. Ziggler knocks the others in the back and says that the difference between them is that when they say something, they mean it. Bobby Roode versus Kurt Hawkins. We go to the ring. Out comes Bobby Roode over to see some highlights from Money in the Bank. Kurt Hawkins awaits in the ring with 203 straight losses under his belt. Roode has his ribs taped up thanks to Finn Balor. Hawkins tries to get an early pin after some early offense. Roode with a spine buster. Roode calls for the glorious DDT. And that's it. Hits it for the win. Winner of the match, Bobby Roode. After the match, Roode celebrates and stands tall as we go to replays. And now Kurt Hawkins has 204 losses. So next week, possibly, could he have 205 live? Get it? 205 live. Punting the 205 live. Luchador size wrestlers. After the match, Roode, still to come segment, Braun Strowman is here. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we get a look at how Strowman won the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. We go to the ring, and JoJo goes to introduce Braun as Mr. Money in the Bank, but she corrects herself and announces him as Mr. Monster in the Bank. Braun makes his way out with the briefcase. Braun talked about some of the greatest things he's done and says this is the greatest. Raising the briefcase in the air, Braun says he stepped into the ring with 7 other superstars, and he stomped and smashed and grabbed the contract. Braun says now all Brock Lesnar has to do is show his face, and he will cash in on the contract to become the new WWE Universal Champion. Braun says the Beast is going to get these hands. Fan cheer as Braun raises the case. Music interrupts, and out comes Kevin Owens. Braun is surprised to see Owens out here because he threw him off a 20-foot ladder last night. Owens speaks from the stage and says he probably shouldn't be out here because it hurts to breathe, let alone talk. Owens says he had to come to talk to Braun. He's not here to steal the spotlight or get retribution, which he couldn't get if he tried. Owens wants to be the first man from the locker room to say congratulations. Some fans boo. Owens says Braun deserves it. Fan chat, you deserve it now. Owens knew Braun would win, which is why he tried to get people to work together against him. Owens goes on and says Braun needs to be smart about this. He needs to have a strategy, and that's where Owens comes in. Owens goes on about how he's really good-hearted. Owens enters the ring now. He says Braun hasn't needed anyone to watch his back so far, but his life changed with the win last night. Owens asks, who can Braun trust around here? Pointing to how he had to pick a 10-year-old kid from his WrestleMania 34 partner. Owens says his own best friend, Sami Zayn, was injured by Bobby Lashley last night, and he's not sure when he will see him again. Owens says that this brings he and Braun standing here alone, in need of a friend. Owens realizes friend may be strong word, but maybe they can help each other or use each other. Owens goes on and says maybe Braun can give him a title shot once he catches in and wins. Owens proposes a monster and man relationship to begin tonight. He can't get these hands because he's hurt, but all he wants right now is to shake Braun's hand. Owens extends his hand, and Braun shakes it. Owens turns to leave, but Braun won't let go of his hand. Braun pulls Owens close to him and goes for the power slam, but Owens slides out, retreats up the ramp as the fans boo. Braun stares Owens down from the ring, and his music hits. We see how the Riot Squad attacked Bayley last week and wrote on her, NWO style. We cut backstage, and Bayley walks up on Sasha in the locker room. Bayley apologizes for the Money in the Bank and says she was rooting for Sasha. She asks if she's okay, and she is. They have words, but Bayley proposes a tag team match and says this can be like a new start for both of them. Sasha offers her hand, and they shake. Still to come segment, Bayley and Sasha versus Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan. We go to the ring. Out comes Raw Tag Team Champions Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt. The Deleter of Worlds. Match commercial. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy versus Rhino and Heath Slater. Back for the break. Matt Hardy awaits in the ring with Bray for this non-title match. Rhino and Heath Slater are already out. B-Team suddenly appear on the big screen in costume doing their best Wyatt and Hardy impersonations. They do some comedy and warn the champs that they're coming for the titles. The bell rings as Slater and Rhino attack Matt and Wyatt from behind. Rhino with a quick 2 count on Wyatt. Rhino runs in to Boots in the corner. Matt tags in and goes to work on Rhino. Matt leads the delete chant while slamming Rhino's head into the turnbuckles. Matt goes for the twist of fate, but has to drop Slater off the apron instead. Rhino floors Matt and turns it around. Slater tags in and unloads on Hardy. Slater gets a 2 count. Pin attempt. Fan chant, he's got kids now. Rhino tags back in and works Hardy around the ring while talking some trash. Matt with a jawbreaker. Slater tags in. Slater comes off the top, but Hardy gets the upper hand and hits a side effect. Wyatt tags in and goes to work on Slater. Wyatt with a big splash in the corner. Wyatt misses the clothesline, but launches himself at Slater. Taking him back down, Wyatt goes for Sister Abigail, but in comes Rhino for the save. Matt with a twist of fate to Rhino and sends him to the floor. Slater looks to turn it around, but Wyatt nails a big clothesline. Wyatt turns upside down for a great gator crawl in the corner, and Matt tags in. They hit the kiss of deletion, and Matt covers Slater for the non-title win. After the match, Wyatt and Hardy take their titles. As the music hits, they pose in the middle of the ring with the titles. We get a look back at the opening segment with Rousey, Bliss, and Angle. Kurt Angle's backstage with Constable Baron Corbin. As he walks in, he says Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon is pleased with how Angle handled Ronda Rousey. Angle says to tell Stephanie that he didn't do it for her and he doesn't appreciate. As Constipated Corbin hands Angle the phone and tells him to relay the message to Stephanie himself. Angle takes the phone and tells Stephanie he's listening as we go back to commercial. Back from the break, Angle is still on the phone with Stephanie. He says yes, he understands. This is big news and he will make an announcement later on in the evening. Angle says yes, he will run everything by Constable Corbin as well. As Constipated Corbin laughs, Angle walks off and tells Corbin that they have work to do. Jinder Mahal versus Chad Gable is up next. We go to ring. Out comes Jinder with Sunil Singh, who is wearing a neck brace. Chad Gable awaits in the ring. Jinder takes the mic and says we must be open to change as human beings. Jinder says he felt the winds of change at Money in the Bank last night. He says Roman Reigns may have won the match last night, but Jinder has won the battle of self-improvement. Jinder says Reigns is bitter and angry, just like all the fans. But the modern-day Maharaja has found tranquility. Jinder says he stays committed to change as a spiritual being, unlike his opponent Gable. Jinder says Gable is living his former glory as an amateur wrestler, but he must forget about the past, the darkness. Jinder says Gable will see the light. He speaks something in the Hindu, Arabic, whatever, Indian language, and gets ready to go. Ah, shalom, 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 shalom. Ah, shalom, shalom, shalom. Whatever he says when he's genie style doing whatever. Jinder takes the mic and says okay. I already said that. Well, the bell rings and Jinder unloads, fighting Gable in the corner. Jinder looks to have fooled everyone with the spiritual talk. Gable nails a spine buster, but Jinder quickly turns it back around, keeps up the attack on Gable. Jinder drops a knee and keeps Gable grounded. Gable counters with a big suplex, dropping Jinder on his neck. Jinder runs into an elbow as Gable goes to the second rope and ends up applying an arm submission on the ropes. The hold is broken, but Gable keeps control. Jinder blocks another suplex, but Gable sends him over the top to the floor. They bring it back in, and Gable goes to the top for a big moonsault, but Jinder kicks out at 2. Jinder turns it around and floors Gable with a big boot to the face. Jinder hits the collar and covers for the pinfall win. After the match, Jinder stands tall as the music hits us. We see the Riot Squad backstage, keeping things over and taunting staffers. Still to come, they will face Banks and Bailey in a tag team action. Back to commercial. Coleslaw leads us to a video package of Big Show interviewing track and field athlete Joshua Oakley and his family. Josh is a Special Olympian and will be competing in the 2018 games that kick off next month, sponsored by WWE and others. As we go to commercial. Back for the break, Coleslaw hypes the WWE Superstar Showdown event in Australia, which is set for the WWE Network on October 6th. Triple H and Undertaker will take place at the big event. again, because they were supposed to face off at the Madison Square Garden event. Sasha Banks and Bayley versus the Riot Squad was up next. We go to ring out first. Comes Sasha. Bayley was out next. Riot Squad was out next. Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, and Sarah Logan. Bayley starts off with Liv and beats her down. Liv takes it to the corner and tags in Logan. Bayley fights off the double team. Hits a running bulldog on Logan for a 2 count. Sasha tags herself in, and Bayley has some words with her. Logan takes advantage and drops Banks. Logan blocks a suplex and keeps control. More tension between Bayley and Banks. As Bayley tags herself back in, Bayley unloads on Logan and takes it back down. Bayley knocks Logan off the apron and kicks her through the ropes, but gets caught. Bayley sends Logan flying to the floor. Banks and Bayley work together for a quick double team. Bayley hugs Banks on the floor as we go back to commercial. Back for the break, Bayley tries to tag, but Logan slams her. Logan knocks Banks off the apron, and fans boo. Bayley backdrops Logan, but Banks isn't available to tag. Liv tags in, but runs into Bayley's knees. Banks finally gets hot tag and unloads on Liv. Banks with a drop kick as fans cheer her on. Banks with double knees to Liv for the second rope. Liv kicks out at 2. Liv with a jawbreaker to Banks. Liv blocks a backstabber and floors Banks for a close 2 count. As Bayley makes a save, Logan runs in and tries to toss Bayley to the apron, but Bayley counters and sends Logan to the floor. Bayley kicks Logan away and drops her on the floor again. Banks tries to tag, but Bayley isn't there. Liv whips Banks hard into the corner. Liv misses a big stomp in the corner. Bayley goes for the double knees in the corner, but Logan gets on the apron. Bayley charges her, distracting the referee. Logan takes advantage and rocks Banks while the referee is distracted by Bayley. This leads to Liv rolling Banks up for the pinfall. Winners of the match, Riot Squad. After the match, Riot Squad celebrate up the ramp as the music hits. Bayley and Banks recover in the ring. Bayley tries to help Banks up, but Banks shoves her. They have more words and face off in the middle of the ring as Bayley stops Sasha from leaving. A referee comes in and tries to break up the face-off. Sasha shoves Bayley to the mat and walks out of the ring. Bayley watches from the ropes as Banks walks to the back. Kurt Angle's backstage talking with Baron Consummated Corbin. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Bayley tells Sasha Banks to stop backstage. This leads to Bayley saying she's not done with Banks to stop. Banks says she's done. A brawl breaks out, and it looks like Banks gets the upper hand. Banks walks off while Bayley is left to recover on the floor. Raw General Manager Kurt Angle's in the ring, commenting on how he can't keep control of the show. Angle says he spoke with Raw Commissioner Stephanie McMahon earlier, and officials have decided on the next title defense for Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Angle says the question is, who will the match be against? The music interrupts. Out comes Roman Reigns. Reigns stares Angle down and says the answer to Angle's question is standing in front of him. Some fans boo. Reigns says he beat Lesnar at Greatest Royal Rumble, and everyone knows it, including Lesnar. Reigns says this makes him the uncrowned Universal Champion. Reigns says it's no secret Angle is having trouble running Raw, and it looks like a regular champion defending each week would help Angle. Angle goes to make his announcement, but the music interrupts. Out comes Bobby Lashley. Lashley asks if Reigns is the guy. Lashley says Reigns doesn't have what it takes to finish the job on Lesnar. Lashley says this may be Reigns' yard, but he's been trying to get his hands on Lesnar since Reigns was a little pup. Lashley asks why won't Reigns step aside and let someone who can beat Brock beat him. Lashley says he can defeat Reigns as well. Angle says they are both deserving of a shot, but so are others. Angle announces a multi-person match for Extreme Rules and says he will announce the participants later, but Reigns and Lashley are the first participants. Confirmed. Music interrupts. Out comes the Revival, Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. Revival then mocks Reigns and Lashley for demanding things, asking what happened to earning opportunities. Revival goes on and challenges Lashley and Reigns to a match. Billing it as two of the top best singles stars in the world versus best tag team in the world. Dawson bets they can coexist and says that's when they will capitalize and get the win. Reigns interrupts, mocks them, and tells them to shut up. Reigns tells them to step in the ring and get taken to school. Reigns says Lashley might learn something 2 if he pays attention. Angle calls for a referee as we go to commercial. So the match is official. Back from the break, Reigns starts off with Dawson. Reigns gets the upper hand early on. Expands to a dueling chance. Dawson ties Reigns up, but Reigns turns the hold around. Reigns drops Dawson with a shoulder tackle. Reigns keeps control and tags in Lashley. Dawson quickly goes after Lashley and takes him to the corner. Wilder tags in and goes to work, but Lashley overpowers him and launches him high. Then into the mat. Lashley looks at Reigns after the big move. Dash ends up hitting a chop block on Lashley from behind. As the referee was distracted, the Revival double team Lashley now for 2 count off the flying elbow. Dawson drops elbows on Lashley and covers for another pin attempt. Dawson keeps Lashley grounded. Lashley counters the move and launches Dawson with a big throw. Reigns tags in and unloads on the Revival as Dash tags in. Dawson gets rocked with an uppercut. Reigns with a big clothesline to both opponents in the corner. As fans count along. Reigns with a big boot to Dash. Reigns with a running knee to Dawson on the apron. Reigns with a big leg drop to Dawson over the back of the neck. Reigns calls for the Superman punch and hits Dawson with it. Dash rolls Reigns up from behind for a 2 count. Reigns with a Superman punch on Dash. Reigns calls for the spear, but Lashley tags himself in. Lashley hits a huge spear on Dash instead and covers for the win. Winners of the match, Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley. After the match, Lashley's music hits as he stares at Roman. Lashley poses as Reigns stares back. Lashley makes his exit first and looks back at Reigns, nods for the ring. Angle and Consummated Corbin backstage walking. Finn Balor appears and tells Angle he will do whatever it takes to get into the Extreme Rules match so he can get the WWE Universal title back. Consummated Corbin laughs at Balor and mocks him. They have words and Kevin Owens appears, trying to calm them. Balor knocks them both and says Owens can't even see when danger is behind him. Braun Strowman has appeared. Owens scrambles to the other side of Corbin. Braun says he's here to watch after his buddy Balor, but he's down if they want a tag team match. Angle ends up walking off, calling the show a runaway train. Everyone stares at each other until Owens retreats in fear, calling for Angle to wait. Coleslaw leads us to a video on the 2K19 announcement from earlier today, featuring WWE Champions AJ Styles as the cover superstar. Back to commercial. Back from the break, Angle has made tonight's main event. Balor or Strowman versus Constable Corbin and Owens. We see what happened earlier tonight with Rousey, Bliss, and Jax. And next up, we got Mojo Rawley versus No Way Jose. We got a ring. Out comes No Way Jose with his conga line. Mojo awaits in the ring. Back and forth to start. Mojo drops Jose with a shoulder first. Jose ends up taking advantage on the floor, bringing him back in. But Mojo goes to work on him. Mojo talks trash while keeping Jose down in the middle of the ring. Joe fights out and hits a clothesline, then a big boot. Joe slams Mojo for a 2 count. Mojo finally turns around with a chop block to the knee. Mojo hits a lights out punch in the corner and drives Jose to the mat for the win. After the match, Mojo stands tall as his music hits. We got a replay. Charlie Caruso enters the ring and asks Mojo if he hoped this leads to more success. Mojo says WWE is more competitive than ever before. To have real success now, you have to bring more to the table. Mojo says he used to be known to stay hyped, but now he's all about staying focused. Mojo leaves the ring as his music hits. We see Bayley trying to stop Sasha Banks from leaving the arena, saying she's not done with her. Banks is done with her. Bayley tries to open the car door, but Banks drives off. Bayley throws something at the car as we go to commercial. Back from the break, JoJo introduces Elias, who is in the ring with his guitar. Elias sings a song about his match with Seth Rollins at Money in the Bank and pokes at Rollins for losing the Intercontinental title to Dolph Ziggler tonight. Elias also sings about wanting to be in this Extreme Rules multi-person match. He goes on singing about how good he is, also taking a shot at the people of Grand Rapids. Renee Young's backstage with Seth Rollins. We see how Rollins lost the title to Dolph Ziggler earlier. Renee asks if the match on Sunday had anything to do with the loss tonight. Rollins doesn't want to make any excuses. He says Ziggler beat him for the title and he lost. When they asked about Drew McIntyre's interference, Rollins says Drew is a problem that he has 1 week to solve because he's invoking his rematch clause next Monday. Rollins says he's taking back his title and walks off. Finn Balor and Braun Strowman versus KO and Constipated Corbin. We go to the ring for tonight's main event. Now first comes Finn, back to commercial. Back from the break, KO makes his way out. Braun Strowman, the monster in the bank, stands with Balor in the ring. Constipated Corbin was out next. Corbin starts off with Balor and works him over in the corner. Constipated Corbin is wrestling in his constable attire. Corbin whips Balor into the corner, and as he lands hard, Owen tags in for a quick double team on Balor in the corner. Owen drops Balor with a back elbow. Owen sells the injuries and tags Corbin back in to keep up the assault on Balor. Corbin stops away in the corner. As Braun finally gets a tag, Constipated stares him down and takes off his vest. They lock up, and Braun shoves Constipated back to the back down and yells at him. Braun blocks a shot and decks Corbin. Owens provides a distraction from the floor, allowing Corbin to turn it around and beat Braun down. Braun boots Corbin and clotheslines him over the top to the floor. Owens also gets decked. Balor tags in and asks Braun to scoop him. Braun scoots Balor and tosses him out of the ring to the floor on their opponents as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Corbin has Balor down on the mat. Balor fights up and out. Now, Balor with a drop kick. Owen tags in, stops Balor from diving out to Corbin. Corbin sends Balor into the barrier and rolls him back into the ring. Owens nails a senton for a 2 count. Owen with more offense, keeping Balor grounded in the middle of the ring. Braun screams at Balor as he tries to make the tag. Owen stops him with a backbreaker for another close 2 count. As Corbin tags back in and keeps control on Balor. Corbin takes Balor to the floor and rams him back into the barrier. Corbin tosses Balor into the barrier again, and the referee counts. Balor makes it back into the ring at 9. He goes to launch himself in, but Corbin knocks him out of midair with a big right hand. Balor still kicks out at 2. Fans try to rally now as Corbin kicks Balor down. Balor finally makes a comeback, but Corbin nails deep 6 for a 2 count. Constipated shows more frustration as we get a replay. As he looks like he's trying to take a poop on the toilet. That's why I call him Constipated. Owen tags in but misses the senton as Balor rolls out of the way. Braun reaches for a tag as the fans pop. Corbin stops the tag, but Balor fights back. Corbin clotheslines him in the corner and beats him down. Owen tags back in and unloads on Balor in the corner. Another tag to Corbin as Braun looks on. Braun runs in the ring and pounds on Corbin. Braun drags Balor to their corner and tags in. Braun unloads on Corbin as fans pop. Braun then splashes Corbin in the corner and clubs him to the mat. Braun with a 2 count as Owen breaks it up. Braun stares down at Owens. Owens leaves the ring and runs around. Braun chases him. Corbin waits for Braun on the outside and floors him. Corbin rolls Braun back in the ring for a close 2 count. Braun drops Corbin off the ropes. Strowman charges but hits the ring post as Corbin moved out of the way. Balor tags in and kicks Corbin in the head. Balor with more offense and shots to Corbin. Balor drops Owens on the apron. Balor drops Corbin, stomps on his chest for a 2 count as Owens breaks it up. Braun drops Owens and sends him out of the ring. Braun then leaves the rings and runs around, blasting Owens through the barrier into the timekeeper's area. Braun is also down. Balor counters Corbin's choke slam attempt and drops him with a DDT. Balor with more offense as fans cheer. Balor goes to the top, but Corbin crotches him. Corbin hits the end of the day that covers Balor for the win. After the match, Constipated Corbin retreats to the floor to recover as his music hits. He must have had his pep talk to relieve his constipatedness as Braun stands tall in the ring and looks out at Corbin. Announcers hype next week's Raw from San Diego with Rollins versus Ziggler. And we see Owens recovering in the timekeeper's area as Corbin raises his fists on the stage. Laughing, Braun checks on Balor and Raw goes off the air. Well, Seth Rollins lost the Intercontinental title to Dolph Ziggler on Raw after issuing an open challenge. As here's that video that I missed earlier of the Kingslayer making his exit out of the arena. And with that, thanks for viewing my video. And if you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters. See you want to be.